Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing my Premier League Game Week 23 predictions. You already know the drill. I predict all the matches in the game week of the Premier League this week, and who I think is going to win, who I think is going to lose, who I think is going to draw, all that good stuff. And without further ado, let's get into it. So before I start this video, please leave a like and subscribe, guys, because I'm trying to hit 2k before the end of this year, or at least get close to it. So if you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll really appreciate it. And let's get into it. Chelsea and West Ham. West Ham have been on a good run recently. Out of their last 5 matches, they've only lost once, and that was against Wolves, only 1-0. So that wasn't that bad. But Chelsea, they've lost their last 2 matches. 4-0 to City, 2-1 to Fulham. I think it goes 1-0 to West Ham, another London matchup right there. But I think West Ham just managed to clutch it and win it 1-0 and managed to keep a clean sheet against Chelsea to get the 3 points. Stop Brighton and Crystal Palace. I think this is the obvious winner here, and it is Brighton. Crystal Palace have lost their last 2 matches, 1-0 against Chelsea, 2-1 against Southampton. Whereas Brighton have not lost a single match in their last 5 matches. I think Brighton are going to win this. It's going to be 3-0 to Brighton. I think they're going to win it against Crystal Palace and manage to smash them, just like they did with Liverpool last time. Next up, Tottenham, or aka Spurs, and Leicester. Oh, okay, I was reading the matches upside down, so if I said anything wrong for the past few predictions, I didn't say anything wrong, but I probably just said it in wrong order. But I realise my mistake now. I was reading the matches upside down. That's why I was so confused. But yeah, Tottenham just beat Man City 1-0, a shocker yesterday. No one thought that was going to happen, because they did choke to Man City last time 4-2 when they were up 2-0. But Tottenham beat Man City. And Leicester have been winning. They've won their past 2 games, 4-2 against Aston Villa. Watched that match, very interesting personally. I think this does go Tottenham's way. It could go either way, but I think it goes Tottenham's way. Tottenham are the type of people to just lose this after beating City, but nah, I think it goes Tottenham's way. And I think it's 2-1 to Tottenham. Tight match, but Tottenham managed to score another goal just to get on top of Leicester and take the 3 points away, and managed to seal the win. Next up, Wolves and Southampton. Wolves did just smash Liverpool 3-0, which was embarrassing, honestly, it was totally embarrassing. But Southampton have been on a bad run so far, so I think Wolves did lose 3-0 to Manchester City before Liverpool, and then 1-0 to Liverpool in the FA Cup. But I think Southampton are such on a bad run on their form recently, so I think it's going to go a clean 4-0 to Wolves, and they breeze past Southampton easily with the 3 points, and Southampton didn't even touch them once. Next up, Arsenal and Brentford. Arsenal did just lose to Everton 1-0. Watched that match, watched a bit of that match as well, which was decent. But Brentford have been on good form recently, but I don't think Arsenal are going to lose again. If they do, it'll be another shocker, but I don't think they're going to lose again. I think it's going to be 1-1. It's going to be 1-1 to Arsenal and Brentford, and I think it's going to be a tight match till the end, but both teams go away with 1 point, and it ends up being a draw, 1-1 match. Easy. Well, not easy, tight. Next up, Nottingham Forest and Fulham. This one will be quite interesting, because Fulham have drawn their last 2 matches. Nottingham Forest won their last match, but then lost to Man United before that. So I think this one is a very interesting match for both teams and both sides. And I think it's all to play for. I think this is going to end up being a draw, and I think it's going to be 2-2 to both sides. Even match, but I think it's going to end up being 2-2. It's going to be a draw. Both teams go away with 1 point, but a very interesting and tight match till the end. Next up, Newcastle and Bournemouth. I think this one's quite obvious. Another obvious one. Easy win to Newcastle. I'm going to say a quick 2-0 to Newcastle. Easy win for them. They breeze past Bournemouth like it's nothing. Once again, Newcastle back, always on form. And easy win for them, 2-0. Next up, Manchester United and Leeds. I think it will be interesting, but it won't be as interesting as people think. I think it's going to be a Manchester United win. And I think Man United are going to take it home 3-1. I think it's going to be tight, but Man United will end up coming on top just by 2 goals to win it, take the 3 points. Full 90 minutes, 3 points to Man United, 3-1. Penultimate match of the week, Aston Villa and City. Some would say since City just lost, they're going to lose again. And to be fair, with the situation they're in right now, with the financial fair play and that, they are put under a lot of pressure, as they could get deducted 15 points, but they'd still be ahead of Liverpool and Chelsea, so sad times. But I don't care, as long as City get punished, I'm happy, to be fair, because it just makes me happy. I've heard they could get their titles taken off them. So Liverpool could manage to win 3 Premier Leagues, and Manchester United could win 3 Premier Leagues if they get all their titles taken off them from the past 6 seasons. I don't think that's going to happen, if you ask me. I think they're just going to deduct the points and that's it. But if that happens, I will be very happy. And that means Klopp will have 4 Prems to his name, which is a dub and a big achievement. So I think they'll still win, but they'll win by 1-0, and it'll be a very tight match. I don't think it'll get to them at that point where they'll lose, but I think it'll just be 1-0. They won't blitz past them or anything. They'll just win it by the tiniest bit, but still manage to get the 3 points. Match of the week, Merseyside Derby. If you ask me, I have no hopes for Liverpool right now. I know I'm wearing a Liverpool shirt, I've got a Liverpool banner there, but we have been playing shambolic recently. I think we're drawing this match. I know you're going to be like, oh, you're going to lose to Everton. I think it's a draw. I think it's another Merseyside derby. It's a tough match. I think it is at Anfield, but that doesn't really matter nowadays anymore. Unless it's like Champions League or something. Because for some reason, even though it's at Anfield, we still might lose nowadays. Before, if it was at Anfield, I'd be like, yo, we're going to win this. There's no way. We have a small chance of losing. But nowadays, it's like, there's not really that much hope. But the Merseyside derby, my predictions for it, I think it's going to be a draw. I'm going to say 2-2, a 2-2 draw. I know that sounds quite blunt and, boring, but guess what? I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 2-2, and we're both going to walk away with 1 point, and it's not going to benefit any of us, really. Maybe Everton, because they managed to get 1 point at Anfield against Liverpool at home, so maybe it'll benefit them, but for us, 1 point really won't help us for where we're trying to reach up to the top 4, if we even manage to get there by the end of the season. But, yeah. That was my Game Week Premier League 23 predictions. If you guys agreed with me, disagreed, or even thought I was right, but just a little bit wrong, say in the comments down below. And without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.